Hello, hello. Happy new moon, everybody. How is everybody doing? My name is Shakti. For those of you who are new, welcome to our circle. My name is Shakti, and I'm the High Priestess for One Ascension International, for the One Ascension Technique, and for the Shakti Spiral Sisterhood. I am so excited to be with all of you tonight. This has been a very momentous occasion. There's been so much happening in the background since the last time, actually, even before the last time we met. But you know when, especially for an air sign, you know when you get information and you're like, yes, let's do this. And Spirit says, I'm just letting you know, especially for me, if I get bombarded with too much information at once that needs to be done, I get a little overwhelmed and I check out. So Spirit gives me information as I need it. And so sometimes the forecasting, I think, needs to be done now. And so I go with it, and it's a little bit later. So there's been a lot of things happening behind the scenes. If you are on Facebook in the New Moon group, you'll know that I made a name change. I haven't done the banner yet. I'll get to the banner and kind of spruce it up, make something really jazzy for you. Most likely I'll have Jordan do that for you. But just exciting things. Changes have been on the horizon. I announced it, gosh, I think it was several months ago, that the new moon rituals are going to be changing. However, I didn't get all the information. So I kind of sat with it and asked what was needed. When I first started the new moon rituals, they were to introduce what I did. They were to be of service, to be free of service always. And we are going on 3 years that every new moon without fail, I have been with you and have journeyed with you and have introduced energies, and we've worked so much magic together. And so if you've been with me from the very beginning, from the very first new moon ritual, my love and appreciation to all of you. And you, as you've come along the way, so much love and appreciation to every one of you. Have been very vital in this transformation that is now going to be happening. So as I kind of grew with this new moon ritual, to getting people to know what it is that I did and to share what I do, it just kind of evolved. And then the new moon ritual group was created. And then after that, it was the sisterhood, which I already knew was going to happen. I just didn't know exactly when. So we have 2 phenomenal groups, of which the sisterhood group is all in the new moon group as well. But I noticed that as time went on, there seemed like there was something more that was needed. You know, that's just what happens. You have an evolution. You have, and if you allow it, a change that shifts. Nothing is meant to stay and last forever in the way that it was first created. So what's happening now is something amazing, something I hope you'll be excited about and continue your journey with me for. And that is doing something a little bit different for our gatherings when we get together. Doing more, not just focused on like a ritual based, the new moon, which I love. And in the sisterhood, we will continue to do that. So if you really do love the rituals, I would suggest that you go on to the Shakti Spiral Sisterhood on the oneascension.com page and sign up. Right now, for this month, there is a special for the membership price, which is $14 membership dues that are due monthly. So whenever the day you sign up, that's the day that it will come out monthly. And we have so much every week. Something is done. We do a ritual. We have classes. We do meditation. We always have Meditation Wednesday. And there's just phenomenal things that we share. If there's anybody in the chat, they can kind of speak a little bit about the sisterhood. I would appreciate that. So I don't spend so much time there. But so I'm going to continue that there. But what I want to introduce now to everyone, which is I've been guided to do, is what's called moon alchemy or energy alchemy. I didn't use the word energy alchemy because we're going to be focusing still on the influences of the moon, but in a little different way, a little bit of a structure. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's going to evolve. So I don't want to say this is exactly how it's going to be, because spirit is very fluid. And if you get too attached to it looking one way, you can get stagnant in your energy. So what I've understood is that we all are alchemists, but with powerful intention this time. When we go through new moon rituals or full moon, I still say ritual, new moon gatherings or full moon gatherings, it's going to be under the umbrella of moon alchemy, which means energy alchemy for me. So loosely translated, a play with words. It means that getting the energies and understanding what is happening currently in our world and in our structure environment and how it affects us individually. Taking what it is that we have desired, our heart's desire, our goals, our dreams, our ambitions, and using the energies that are available to us to make a powerful alchemical connection and utilizing for that extra umph in assisting you. Okay. So hello, Red Wolf. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. So this is what moon alchemy is going to be about. Very lightly touched on right now. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but this is what going forward we're going to be doing. And whether it's going to be live or whether it's going to be recorded, we'll see how it evolves. However, if you want to connect still on a powerful level, the Facebook group which is called currently was called the New Moon Group is going to be changed to Moon Alchemy, the Shakti Spiral New Moon Alchemy. So I would love for you to connect on there if you're on Facebook. If not, you can still go to oneascension.com and there's a link where it'll say Moon Alchemy, and that's where all of the information will be for videos, for links of that nature. So there we go. Yeah, I'm so excited. So yes, Tracy, the Shakti, that's the special membership offer. It's all month. It ends at the end of February. So that's 28th. I'm doing it because One Ascension International is celebrating its 10-year anniversary. You take that in. I've been so emotional about that all month long. And I won't talk too much about it. I'll just be crying the whole time because I just feel so profoundly grateful to be of service, to share this powerful gift and to be with all of you and making transformations, doing things to shift not only ourselves individually, but to make a difference in the planet, to extend love, to extend peace, and to be of service in this community. So One Ascension International with the One Ascension Technique, and we have One Ascension Technique practitioners now. There's another level 2 coming in July here in Minnesota. There's all of these phenomenal things, and it's been 10 years. So it has just evolved, and it's evolving, and it's only getting better. And I'm just profoundly grateful to each one of you for the loving energy that you have shared with me as I've continued to build and to navigate these uncharted territory, these waters for myself. And so as a love offering to all of you, I'm offering at a special price the sisterhood membership. So if money was kind of a thing before, for $14, what you're getting is like a phenomenal, I love what happens in sisterhood. There's something, and you also get access to the archives. If you don't go on Facebook very much, you can still log in to oneascension.com with the membership site. And what will come up is all of the archives that we've done by month, year for the sisterhood. So it's exciting. It's exciting. Yes. So, hi, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, I love it. Yes. Yes, we do. We grow and we play and we co-create together. I love how you say that, Kelly. That's exactly so much good. So much wonderful, powerful people are part of the sisterhood. No accident that this group, the sisterhood, and it's not just female exclusive. It's for all genders. We use the umbrella of sisterhood, and I'm going to go in a little bit about that before. We're still waiting for people to get on, but just to talk a little about why sisterhood, why not brotherhood or another name. Well, first of all, we all know that right now patriarchy is kind of running rampant, and to reclaim the word sisterhood in a non-exclusive way, in the sense of just genderizing, what it does is it opens up for those divine feminine vibrations. And people think, well, it's just the divine feminine, but that's not true. In the divine feminine you find the divine masculine. There is a partnership. They're not separate. They are actually together. We form compartmentalized thoughts about these energies, but we are one, right? We both have these energies within us. So there isn't a separation. And so with the sisterhood, we reclaim all of that and we welcome all with loving arms. So if this calls to you, go on oneascension.com, click under the sisterhood. All the information will be there as well as a sign up. Okay. Hi, Tony. I'm so glad you made it. Yay. So tonight is spectacular. And let's talk about why. February, there's a little bit less of days in the month, so we only have the new moon energies that we're working with, which are powerful. It's a partial solar eclipse today, as well as the Lunar New Year. So this is the year of the brown dog. So much is happening. So many powerful energies are emerging. And we're going to talk a little bit about those. We're going to talk about why this is happening. The portals and the solar eclipses, well, that happens. But the energies, have you felt it? Have you felt the intensity of your emotions? Have you felt when you feel really happy, it's like amazing. And when you feel sad, you're really feeling that energy of being sad as well. There's so much happening in the environment, our current energetic fields. And it's happening because it's time to really get real with yourself, with your life, to take ownership of who you are and where you're at right now, currently in your life, and where you plan on going afterward. What are your goals and where is your heart's desire? Where are you aiming for this year? This year is remember I said, I've been saying since the beginning of the year of mastery. It is a year to really embody the things that you are desiring mastery over, not just about over, but to become one with embodying whatever it is that you are desiring. So, yes, so many emotions. Jamie saying, yeah, it's so not just you. Literally, it has been just a powerful wave of emotions. One day you can be super tired, the next day full of energy, another day totally in tears over everything that is beautiful and touching to your heart, and another day you can be triggered with anger. There's all of these emotions at play because we are needing to be present. So you know how at times you can kind of ride along and everything just seems fine and you're almost like on autopilot. Now it's like you don't know what day, what's going to happen with your emotions, how you're going to feel. So it's really important to be present and to really ask yourself the questions, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? So that is what's coming up for the forefront, because we're needing to be aware of where we need to do our work, where the healing needs to happen. A lot of us feel like, yeah, I want to heal. I feel like I need to heal in the energies of relationships or my childhood or finances, but they may not exactly know why or where their triggers are located. So sometimes when we get exchanges with people that trigger us and we feel sad or overwhelmed or whatever strong feeling that we'll get, there's a reason why. And if you look at it, it will let itself be shown. And just sometimes by looking at it, by acknowledging it, it shifts a lot of the energy and you're able to clear and heal a lot of it. Sometimes you need a little bit of help, and that's okay, because that's why we do this work. That's why we're here together. And that's some of the things that we're going to be doing tonight. So let's get started. First of all, if you have it, I got my trusty sage here to just clear the energies, to clear the environment. And I also love that sage is used to purify the air. So, the ancients knew what they were doing. Our ancestors knew what they were doing with burning sage. So I will offer some to you. To me, oh yes. Do you want some over there? You good? Yes. Okay, and so really imagine as you're wafting the energy, the air of which is some right here, there's some smoke right here. You're wafting the air, the energy of the sage. What you need to also do is picture the removal of any stagnant energies. Picture the removal of anything that is no longer working for you. Just see it like the smoke, just wafting away, just clearing it all, bringing the energy into neutral. Okay, and so what you do after that is now you've created that energetic vacuum. You've created that, so to speak, like a vortex, okay, of just neutral energy. What happens, and a lot of people don't remember this or maybe even know, is that just saging isn't enough. You have to, with intention, bring in energies that you want to replace with the energies you've taken out. Okay, so that's saying the universe abhors a vacuum or a void. There's a reason. the universe is constantly putting in what has been taken. There's a balance in that. There's a harmony in the taking and the giving. So when you've removed something, something has to be put in its place, or those energies can just drop right back in again, right? So I'm going to burn some sweetgrass to intend sweetness, to intend friendship and love and beauty, and a harmonious transition. How many of you feel that you are going through a major transition right now? And you may not know why, or you may not know in what area even, but you feel it coming. You're not alone. This is the time for that. So here we go. Intending some. When I do this, I'm offering to spirit, offering to ancestors. Okay. Does anybody want any over there too? Yeah. Okay. Here you go. There you are. So now that we've created that, and if you have any anointing oil, if you have anointed yourself, I do this with my All Mother oil. By the way, I'll be making, I only do this once a year, a new batch at the end of this month, because that is the portal, the vortex for the one energy. And so it's okay, use for hair. So I will be making and charging for 2 days a new batch of All Mother oil. So if you're really interested, that's going to start to be on my website, oneascension.com. You are welcome to order some there. You finally have some. Yay, Regina, I'm so glad you've made it. That's awesome. So go ahead and just anoint some of the chakras that you feel especially that you're needing to work with. If it's your throat chakra, I always do my third eye because of the work that I'm doing with all of you tonight. I anoint my wrists because I use my hands in generating energy and moving energy. And also my feet, because I just feel that just kind of connects and anchors in the energy a little bit better. Okay. Anyways, you should see me right now. It's kind of cold in Minnesota. We're getting snow as I'm speaking to you. So we're ready for spring over here. You know, Jordan was kind of upset that we got some snow. But, you know, it's still not officially spring yet. So we're waiting for that. So some powerful tools that you can use as you are working with the energies, and we're going to talk about those energies. But I was very guided to grab a Kambaba jasper stone. I love that there's just different spots. They're very unique. This is kind of what they look like. It's very good for anchoring in heart energy, heart-centered energy, but also working with ancient ancestral energy. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you can expect with the new moon in Aquarius. First of all, I have 2 Aquarius in my family, 2 children, my son and Jordan. I love them. I love them for so many different reasons. Not just besides they're fabulous people, but because Aquarius are very good at coming at something with a spin on it, like very unique. They like to be out of the box. If the crowd is going this way, they will go this way. And Jordan's cracking up because she knows it to be true. And they can be zany and fun and just mix things up. And you just never know what you're going to get with an Aquarius, because they don't know either. They don't know what they're going to get because they haven't decided what they like today. So in that energy, we have this opportunity in this dark moon to really solidify and house unique opportunity. Okay, the stirrings kind of happening, you know, throughout this year, from last year into this year. You may have been called to do some work, and this has been happening all day today. I'm getting information to share with you. One of which is this. This is a message for somebody out there, maybe all of you out there. I know it was for me, and that is, just because you're doing something or being called to do something that has already been done or looks like it's already been done, it doesn't mean that the world doesn't need you to do it as well. I'll give you an example. Just because one grocery store exists and sells produce or products doesn't mean another grocery store doesn't need to open up and sell those, but sell it in a different way. You know, it's kind of comparing a local grocery store to Whole Foods or to your local farmer's market versus a big chain store. They all serve a purpose. And just because one offers, it doesn't mean that it's better than another. It means it's different. Okay, so you hear a lot about like new moon energy and full moon energy and intentions and manifesting and magics and just all of the different things, right? This big, huge sphere of information. But here's the thing. It's not being given in the way that you can give it. Even if you're saying the same words, say you're reading from the same texts, okay? Like say you're reading a book on how to harness your energy, and you are sharing that information with somebody. The way that you are translating it is the unique signal, because you have your energetic vibration attached to that information. You have ingested it energetically, and then you're sharing it. So, or you've channeled it and then you're sharing it. And even though it may look the same, it doesn't mean it is. Okay? So listen to that very carefully, because right now we are in a powerful opportunity to not only with powerful momentum put forward what it is that we're being called to, but in our own unique way. We have the opportunity to just do what feels right because we are guided to do it. Okay, so just because somebody sells something, say these beautiful bath products, it doesn't mean that you can't offer yours. Okay, just because somebody sings their song doesn't mean your song doesn't need to be heard. How many singers are out there in the world? How many actors, actresses, artists, healers? There's so many, but they're needed. And their uniqueness, their way of presenting themselves in the world is what the world needs more of. So even if you feel it's been done, it's been said, keep going, and do it anyway. Okay. So that's what this is about. And also to help us with this process, this manifestation, we have the lunar cycle. We have the lunar cycle, the Lunar New Year. And I love the Chinese New Year because the vibration, they know energy, right? They understand. The Eastern culture is very wise and knowledgeable. It's been established a lot longer than this Western culture. And they understand the energy currents. And to call it the year of the brown dog, it's about earth. It's about materialization. Things are now being grounded, solidified. So all of the work that we've been doing last year, all the things that we've been clearing through, and all the things that we're really wanting to really bring into our life in this year, we have a powerful opportunity to do so. Okay. The brown dog is coming to awaken those deep ancient mysteries that we have known have been there, but didn't know we had access to. Remember that. I was sharing with the sisterhood about the Alexandrian library, and I just kind of said, I remember it. I remember being there when it was burned down, and a lot of the sacred knowledge was lost. And we are starting to remember, and we may not have the specifics or the little details like we have in our lifetime right now, but it doesn't mean that we don't remember. So trust what you're getting. And that's the exercise we're in. And a lot of us feel sorrow because we feel overwhelmed with the information we get. We're just flooded with information in our exterior world that's telling us how we're not qualified, or we don't know enough, or somebody can do it better than that, or looks better, or presents it better, or speaks better, or is more eloquent, or however. But here's the wonderful thing. If you're watching me right now, you have the key to sharing information. The internet is so powerful. If you have a camera on your computer, or you have a phone now, you don't even need a computer, you can generate your community. You can create simply by being connected. So you have the ability to do it. It is what you're being called to do. And with the new moon in Aquarius, it's the opportunity now to ask, what is uniquely yours, and what can you bring forward? Even if it looks the same, remember, it isn't the same. So you ready for some writing? Get your writing tools out. You have your phone. If you use your phone for notes, whatever you're using, just go ahead and pull it out right now. Okay, we're going to do a really we're going to do a pretty good exercise. I love this for myself when I do this, and it's interesting sometimes with what pops up. So I want you to kind of, we'll get all your stuff out, but put it down for a second. We're not going to use it right this very minute. I want you to first breathe. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's breathe first. I'm getting so excited. It's time to breathe. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice deep inhalation. Breathe. Inhale. Remember calling all of your energy back to you from all places, people, times, things. Hold. As you exhale, really release any energy that isn't working for you anymore, what isn't serving for your good. Again, inhale, calling your energy back to you and also aligning with your high self. And as you exhale, release any resistance, any predetermined notion of what that's supposed to look like and feel like. And as you breathe one last inhale, really fill your belly, hold it, feel the power of your lungs and your life force, so full of vitality. Exhale and really, really empty out. Empty out. So you are an empty container, an empty vessel, ready to be filled with powerful information. So at the top of your whatever you're writing with, I want you to write one thing that always calls to me. Okay? One thing that always calls to me. That means one thing that always get your attention, or that kind of runs in the background of your mind. One thing that always calls to me, and fill in what that is. What is that one thing? There probably is several, but let's just talk about the biggest one. Okay. If there's several, focus on the biggest one that always calls to you. Now, this is something that you haven't done yet. Okay. So if you've done it, but something else is calling you, that's what you're going to put your focus on. Okay. Now, the reason why I haven't done it is because I believe, and fill in the blank. Don't judge it, just write it in. It's interesting what comes up when you write. And you write so quickly, you don't have time to filter. That's what I love about these exercises. So now the next thing you're going to write is, but I know that I can do this because, and fill in the blank. So here's the thing. I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this because this needs to be heard. And I'll say it in different ways, and I'll come at you from different angles, but I say it because it needs to be heard. And that is, you didn't come into this world believing what you now believe. Some of the things maybe, if they're spiritual, but the things that keep you inhibited, the things that are fraudulent energies. They are false. They are illusion. And they were somewhere down the line, we picked up those patterns. They could have been from our own ancestors. They could have been from our parenting. They could have been from our environment, school, whatever, our caretakers. We heard them and believed them somewhere. They could have been pattern. We could have been imprinted with them as we're watching other people that we love believe those things. Hearing in a moment of weakness somebody else saying those things, heightened emotion, whatever experience, we took on that teaching. We took on that belief. And somewhere, not only we take it on, it became part of us. And so when we would dare to do something that felt uncomfortable, those thoughts, those conditions would turn on and would keep us in a lot of fear. So what you wrote, the second thing you wrote, that's the conditions, okay? Those are the things that keep you believing you're not enough, there's something better, someone can do better, whatever you fill the blank in. And then the third thing that you wrote, but you know you can because that is your truth. So what we're doing is we're learning to kind of pull out references. I call them references. Pulling out facts, emotions, remembering I can do this. I know this because I remember that one time I thought I couldn't do something and actually did it. And wow, it was amazing. Sometimes it's hard when we're in a state of feeling like especially being in that state of feeling like we can't do something. It can be challenging. But what I want you to start conditioning yourself and programming yourself to do is to pull out your references of why you can do something whenever you feel like you can't. Okay. So this is a powerful exercise tonight. Fourth thing, I am unique in my expression because I can bring something unique to this because this is what it is that you said it always calls to you. Try not to think too much about it. Just write it down. You're unique to this because. Because I'll tell you right now, you are. Even if that one thing can change everything. 10 things can change everything. It doesn't matter the number. What matters is what you put the energy behind. Okay, what you put behind that. All right. So now, doing a lot of this tonight. Getting ready. Hello, Karina. You are right on time. You definitely will have to rewatch some of it, but basically we're doing the writing exercise. So go ahead and actually, I'm pretty sure if you want, you can move the bar back and catch up afterwards of the video. Okay. So I love doing these and then they're recorded automatically. So awesome. All right. So moving forward then, after you have this information, time to put your writing utensils down, pencils down, like they say in class, put your pencils down. Okay. And you can go back to it and visit afterwards. You can even rewatch this video so that you can do it more if you need more time, but for the sake of time constraint, we got to move on. So put your stuff down and I want you to feel your heart. A lot of this is going to be happening too, because this is where we need to operate from, not from the mind, from the heart. Okay. That's why I said Kambaba Jasper will help you with that. You're having trouble connecting that way. So with your heart chakra, holding your heart chakra and holding for men, it's called your na'au. The ancients call it that. It's your gut feeling. For women, it's your womb, whether you still have a womb or not. The energy is still there. You still house information there and feel from that space. You're wired that way for women. So men, your na'au, your guts, that drive, right? And your heart. Women, your womb and your heart. One hand on each. With your eyes closed, I want you to focus on your heartbeat. I want you to just silence yourself enough to feel your pulse. Feel your inner drum. That's steady, that flows, pushing all of your blood to the vital organs, to all parts of your body. That sustains you without you having to ask it to. But also the energy of your heart. With your eyes closed, I want you to extend your spiral energy, your heart chakra, till it engulfs all of you. And from this space, imagine all of us sitting around in a circle, extended to the person sitting on your left, and it connects with theirs. And so it goes clockwise all the way around until you feel the energy coming back to you through your right side. And this energy is powerful, and it supports and sustains you. And from here, ask the question, we are all connected. Help me to remember how powerful I am. Help me to remember why I'm called to do what it is I'm called to do. Help me to remember my true place in this world. And as we share heart-centered energy with one another, not only are we being sustained, but we're being heard and we're connected. And we connect to our highest selves in this space. And we remember that we are all on a sacred journey, all of us. We are here to reach our fullest potential, and that looks different for everybody. Feel it. Feel that beautiful goddess God consciousness that surrounds you. It ebbs and flows through you. And your heartbeat, that inner drum, are your ancestors. Their voices sustain you when you are filled with doubt. Take this energy in now. Being still connected, I want you to open your eyes, and I want you to take what you were writing with and begin to write. It is imperative. It is imperative that I start today to believe and fill in that blank. Let it flow. We hold all of each other up in this loving support right now. Work this alchemy. Work this magic. And so now from this space, I want you to ask one way that I can support myself. As I'm learning to remember is, and write it down. Okay. So now, if you don't have it now, because I didn't say materials, but whatever. I mean, whenever you can come back to it, you can even rewind this video or whatever afterward. If you have something close by, take something that means something to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a stone. It could be a crystal. It could be a, a piece of paper that you write something on. It could be a necklace, a ring. It could be anything that has meaning to you that would be easy for you to carry around with you. And what I want you to do is take that. I'm going to use this Kambaba jasper as an example. I'm going to put it onto my heart. So it could be a slip of paper. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be too complex. It could be your ring. It could be your journal that you're writing with right now. And with your eyes closed, we're still in this beautiful vortex of heart-centered energy. I want you to program, and I'll tell you what I mean by program. You are going to embed the energy of love and support and belief that you can do what you're called to do into that item. You can always change it later. But I want you with the drum, the beating of the drum of your heart, to be the etching of this truth. So as you hold this to your heart, with each heartbeat, see it almost energetically etching in to your item of choice. I am enough. I am worthy. I know I can do this. Whatever it is, and visualize, feel, know, understand that you are programmed to do powerful things here as a divine connection to your soul. So how's the energy there? So each time you hold on to this item, touch this item, it will automatically recharge you because it holds that space for you. You'll automatically feel that connection. So that's why I say make it something that will mean something to you. You got it? Okay. So remember that you can go back and you can do this programming part. You can get very clear about what it is you need support in. And with your heartbeat, etch it energetically into that item. Okay. The powerful thing is going into the year of the dog, things are going to start manifesting really fast. So it's really important to be very clear about what it is that you're desiring, what it is that you're really wanting to come to fruition in your life, what you're really wanting to do. For instance, some people go, well, I really want to be an actress, or I really want to be out there performing. Remember that in doing so, your time will not be so much, free to do other things unless you intend it that way. So remember, be careful what you ask for, because it will always be given to you in ways that you don't expect at times. That's the way the universe works. Our job is to move forward and to go towards that. But always remember that it's coming towards us too, and it can take on any type of form. So be open and willing to see what shows up in your life. But the powerful tool in this is to remember your worth, to remember your ability, and why you can approach this from a unique perspective, why it is that you can do this in a way that nobody else can. It's not coming from ego. It's coming from simplistic soul authenticity. Okay. We are all here and we all have gifts, and we support each other and magnify each other in these gifts. So it's important when we are in this community to choose your community wisely, to share your true heart's desire wisely with those who will hold you in this heart space. Okay, like we're doing right now. Okay, so there you go. It's a different connection tonight. This is what we're going to do more of in these type of ways. We're doing alchemy. We're alchemically changing and shifting what we once thought and believed with the energies that we have now to make them, not make them, but change them, transmute them to work for us. So this is the beginning of that journey. What do you think? Okay, so now let's close our eyes again. As we give thanks to all of this experience, to give thanks to remember who we really are and why we're here. Let go of the energy that was shared with you so willingly and lovingly, allowing it to release through your right side. As it uncoils and it unravels, each person releasing what isn't theirs so it can return back to its sender. We receive again through our left side the energy that we once shared, with it still open and powerful. Just feel the divine love of the All-Mother, of the one energy pouring down upon us, cleansing our fields of any residual energy that doesn't serve us, sending it down to Mother Earth. You can see it going through your feet, through your hands, just anchoring any energy that no longer serves. Back down to its source, back down to All-Mother, Mother Earth, Mother in her many forms. And just take a deep breath and inhale. And exhale. And as you breathe in and out, notice that you are solidifying the work that was done this evening. With every breath, the new reality that you've created for yourself becomes more real, more present, and steps forward into your life. And as you exhale, you're releasing all the beliefs that are outdated, that don't serve for your highest good, that do not work in your favor. So one last breath, inhale. Really drawing in your breath, hold it. And as you exhale, releasing into love, releasing into truth. And so these next couple of days, there's very powerful portals that are open. These portals are available, not just because it's February, just simply because of the way the rotation of our planet is, along with the different key planets and the sun and the moon, all of the celestial bodies, and the way that they rotate, the way that things are happening. We are open to a lot of different portals, one of which is the alchemical portal. That's why we are starting this now. I realized that as I was getting the information. So it's really exciting. The second part is we have the ability to rewrite our history and in turn create a more authentic, genuine one for planet Earth, our mother. So as we do this, remember the micro and the macro, okay? What we do internally is also reflected externally. So as we take care of our lives and we become responsible and we become more aware, self-aware, the self-actualization turns into a self-proclamation, and we proclaim our space in the world. We have no problem also, because we are in that space of proclaiming, we have no problem cheering on and supporting another as they're proclaiming theirs. We all are here for a reason. So yes, you did, Red Wolf. You definitely need to be here tonight, and I'm so glad you're here. So to all of you, this will be the new work with the moon alchemy. It's going to shift, it's going to change, but this is it. It's working with the energies, finding how they can assess and assist us and going at it. So some things that you can do tonight under this new moon with this energy, charging an item. If you didn't get a chance to do that because it was such an impromptu thing, know that I'm going to be doing that. The list will just happen as spirit dictates. But know if you can keep a crystal by you, because we're going to be doing a lot of magic with crystals, but in a different way. We're going to be programming crystals to work for us. And when we're done with the programming, we're going to bury them in the earth for a little bit so that they can release what is no longer needed for, say we've manifested it. It doesn't need to hold that space anymore, so that it can recalibrate back to its original state, and then we can reuse it again. Okay. But I'll be teaching you that a little bit later. So for now, program your crystal or your stone or your piece of jewelry, or whatever you're called to program. Second thing is, if you have some water, even though there isn't a moonlight, so to speak, charge some water under this moon, okay? Under this space. And I'm laughing because my family over here, they're making noises. So charge it under that space. And if you can sit it on the windowsill, if you can put it outside, but make sure that, animals can get to it, or if they need to. But the whole point is you're going to be using it. So if you can keep it in a natural container, such as glass or wood or something of that nature, it would be best versus plastic. But if you have plastic, it's not that big of a deal. But just as natural material as you can get, organic material. And you're going to charge this water to hold and house the frequencies of what the work you did tonight. And you can turn that water, if it's distilled water, if it's a purified water, you can use it and you can make a tincture with it. If not, one of the things that I like to do is called an anointing water. So on my altar, I'll give you an example. I have a bowl. It's actually this beautiful ceramic bowl that my daughter made when she was in ceramics class in school. And it houses water there. Now, I've taken this water from newly fallen snow, so it turns into water, and I charge it, okay, with intentions of as an offering. But what I also do with it is I literally, almost like the symbolism in the Catholicism, they dip the water and then they bless themselves with the holy water. Well, this is your holy water, so to speak, and anoint those parts of your chakra system that feel resistant to these new understandings, these new belief systems. Okay, so what you're doing is you're helping to solidify, embody this new belief. Our body houses memory. So sometimes it doesn't always want to willingly let go of what it's comfortable knowing already for something that it doesn't know. So for instance, say you believe, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to create that book that I've been wanting to write. I'm going to write. Stop for a second and see if you feel any resistance, resistance of like a tightening, or like or it might feel in your chest or your throat, or you might start to get a headache, or your stomach might feel in knots. Those are chakra points that have resistance. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your water that's already been blessed and charged with your intention to hold that space, why you can do this work, why it's important. Water holds programming. Remember, whenever I used to call in the directions and I would say the water keepers, the record holders, water holds program. You're gonna anoint that part of your body, and you're gonna breathe into that space as you're holding that part of your body. You're gonna breathe into that space with that water as the water absorbs into your system, and you're gonna say, and you're going to breathe. You're going to say and you breathe. No. You're going to breathe, and you're going to remember, and you're going to say, I do know how to do this work, or whatever it is, the mantra that you've set for yourself, whatever it is that you wrote down, whatever it is that you said, I can do this because. Does that make sense? Okay. Looking over here, just checking to make sure. So that's what you're going to want to do with the water. It's optional, but it really does assist. It helps a lot. And of course, the tinctures, you can always make tinctures, and we can get into that later on. Actually, we're probably going to be doing that in the sisterhood this coming month, how to make tinctures, if some don't know. So yay, sisterhood, get ready for that. I just gave you a sneak preview. So if you want to do more ritual and the calling of the quarters and all of that, I'm going to be doing that and reserving that for sisterhood. Exclusive rituals. We do those online. And so it's a private gathering. I would love to see you there. But for everybody else, the moon alchemy, the moon alchemists, that we are now going to be embodying this part of us to really work with these phases and really become aware of how not do they affect us, but how we can use them for our highest good and use them for our favor. There's a reason why it isn't just factoid and trivia. Let's look up our horoscope and, I might be expecting a sudden windfall, or I might want to be careful about walking down the street. No, this is about really utilizing and with intention the energies that we are getting and why. It's about becoming aware and personally responsible for our energies. So there you go. Oh, I'm so glad, Ivy Moon. You are so welcome. So again, if you're being called to the sisterhood, would love to have you. Go on to oneascension.com, and on there you can click on the sisterhood. And from there, you will be able to find all the information you need. Remember that the day you sign up for will be the day that you get billed every month. And right now, this One Ascension is doing its 10-year anniversary celebration. Also, it would be wonderful if you wanted to join the sisterhood or the Facebook group of Moon Alchemy, Shakti Spiral Moon Alchemy, because at the very end of the month, of this month, we're going to be doing a live but private gathering just for these two groups. So I would love to see you there, where we're going to be celebrating. My daughter Jordan's going to get on. We're going to do some readings. We're going to do some channeling work. We're going to have a lot of fun. There may be even some giveaways, so you might want to stay tuned for that. So get online. I'm going to be sharing a link with the Moon Alchemy group that you can use to utilize to look for that. So there we go. So I hope everybody had a wonderful time tonight. Know that you are supported. I believe in you. I do this work because it is my honor to witness all of your growths, to hear your stories, to see your truth come forward, and to be witness to that. It is a total honor. This is why I do what I do. So much love to all of you. Have a fabulous night. A happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. Remember, what you're setting for intentions is going to start to manifest fast. So make sure it is in alignment with your highest good. And I will see you online. I will see you in the sisterhood. So much love. Mwah.